Excellent. Now we have covered some theories and we are ready to apply it into practice with Python, grabbing data from different sources, initializing arrays, dictionaries for computing our scores for different indices later. After that, we will teach you how the codes generate signals and how to summarize data through HTML. Without further ado, let's start it off with data grabbing skills. We will be focused on this piece of code in this video. You can pause the video and get those codes ready first. First of all, we will define getData for retrieving data from Yahoo Financials. Make sure the data you are using is the one you need. We download the data from Yahoo Finance, so we can expect to see the same values on their website. Now we need to create a variable for putting in the data frame. It is a two-dimensional, size-mutable tabular data frame which is from Pandas library. In this case we simply rename it as close prices. Then we also need to create variables for beginning and end date for our testing period. For end date, we could simply use the code above to put the today's date into year month day format. To get the beginning date, we have to deduct the number of days from the beginning date until now. In this case, we used a database of 15 years, so it would be 5475 in dt.time delta. Okay, so now our next step is to extract three different indices, which representing US stock market, another stock market and bond performance. In our program, we use SPY representing S&P which is US stock market, VINEX representing Vanguard International Explorer, which is another international stock market, and VUSTX representing Vanguard Long-Term US Treasury, which is the bond performance we will be using. We will now create a list, all tickers in this case, putting all three indices in it. We are doing so since it would be convenient for us to write just a block of codes and use loops to extract data of these three indices instead of writing three blocks which are duplicated to each other. For each loop, the codes below will put series of data for each index into different variable. For instance, we will first use get historical price data from Yahoo Financials library to get the monthly data of different aspects of a particular index. For example, open price, close price, volume, etc. Next, we will extract two particular aspects of data which are formatted date and adjusted close price to a variable. In this case we use temp. Let's see what's inside those variables. As you can see, we have a long list of all kinds of data saved in a variable named OHLV, while we have sorted formatted date and adjusted close price and temp. To wrap up, we would use closing prices date and closing prices ticker to store these two arrays respectively. And then we will call the function and put it to a variable named data. Now shout out to all of you. You guys have already successfully extract data from the Yahoo Finance data source and put them into the variables which can be used for our following steps. Next video will be about how to initialize the variables we need in our program. See you in the next video.